It is freezing cold.
I am freezing.
We're huddled up next to a little space heater, staying warm, bundled up. If you're watching the video now, we look like hell. And there's a reason for it because life has been just a bit challenging these days with everything going on in the world and day to day life. I know we're not the only ones out there saying this, like, oh my God, how are we still doing all of what we're doing?
Yeah, things catch up to you around January.
They really do. They really do.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, new year, new me. And it's like, no, that's in March.
I really truly think that should be something that leads into like the summer. Like that should
It's
be the
well,
new
like
you.
it's spring. It's like you're like
You're
everything is like blooming.
blossoming.
Yes,
Yes.
blossoming and like regrowth. And like that's when you have your glow up. Do
In
not
January, we're wilting.
Yes, 100%. We are
Like all
still
of the plants in my house
we're
right
wilting, we're
now.
hibernating, we're like trying to store our energy and like save it up for like our big glow up in March.
Yeah. Yep.
Which I'm ready for it. It's cold in Wisconsin and
But we've behind the scenes kind of been working towards that. We started working out
we did start working out.
again.
I'm sore like a little baby, like always. And I did 2 days last week. I aimed for 3, but I did 2 days. I'm proud of that.
You did damn near 3 days though, because one day
Because
you
of
did
the
a lot of
dance.
dances.
Because of the dance routine we
Yeah.
practiced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That counted. That was a
My
workout.
legs are like noodles right now. Yeah, I'm trying to get fit, trying to work on my fitness and want to boost my badonkadonk a little bit and get a little swollen the arm so I can toss you around a little bit more.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my goal. That is my goal. If you didn't know, it wasn't just like, oh, I want to lose weight and I want to no, there's a purpose behind it. I'm a pretty snuggly, laid back kind of chill person. I don't need to be in the gym. I want to be in the gym so I can show up a certain way for you.
Y'all heard it here first.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna
Toss
do
me
it.
around a little bit.
um, yeah, no, it's cold. It's cold here in Wisconsin, and wherever you are, I hope you're somewhere warm because my goodness, I don't know. The wind was hurting my face when I picked up my son today.
Oh, it's bad. It's very windy, and the sun is. It lies to you because when it shines in the window, it makes you think maybe it's like decent out there, and then you walk out and it's not even.
I'll take it though. Over a gloomy day in Wisconsin, I'll take sunshine any
That is
day.
true. It is deceiving though.
It really is. All right, let me pull my notes here because we have a little bit of a topic. We were struggling with finding a topic. We got some people on the back burner for some interviews that we're trying to line up after people get settled from the new year and we see what's happening. I do want to take a moment of silence, really, just to like TikTok. We don't know where we're at with that yet. And I think a lot of people are stressed out about it.
I'm in denial. I'm in
I think
serious denial.
I think everybody's just like, we'll deal with it when we see it happen.
I just don't. I won't believe it until it happens. Everybody can say what they're going to say. And I know that there are like factual things happening. But from where I'm sitting, I still have it. It's still going.
Yeah.
So until it's gone.
Yeah. And I think it's just a reminder that nothing in life is permanent. Tomorrow is never promised. And like, I know it's TikTok and some people might be like, oh my God, you guys, it's a social media app. Get over it. There'll be another one. There'll be another one.
And there will be, I'm
and
sure.
I understand that there will be, but nothing can match the algorithm on TikTok. The fact that the algorithm brought us together, our lives would not be what they are. You would not be listening to us today had it not been for TikTok. I would not be working and doing what I'm doing in my career today had it not been for TikTok.
Yeah, I wouldn't be living here. I wouldn't be out. I wouldn't have met you. I wouldn't be divorced. I don't know. I think there's a good handful of people that TikTok was not just an app for them. It was a lot more.
Oh my God. It was a confidence booster. It helped you fall in love with yourself. It was like, if you remember, like in your beginning days of like making videos and everyone's like, oh my God, yeah, I made the cringiest videos of all time. And
I
like
can't watch my own
they were so
videos.
cringe and you just kept doing it and you kept posting, and you kept showing up. And it was just like every time it would like maybe 20 views and that was all you got, 5 views, nothing more. But you did it again and you showed up and you fell in love with yourself and you got more confident and you got better at creating content and you got better at reaching your audience and building a community and making friends and meeting people, and it just unraveled into something amazing to where so many people in the last 5-6 years have like can give credit to TikTok for where they are in their life today. And I think that's really important to take like a moment to just realize like there are so many people that are in a new place today because of TikTok.
Yeah, I always say that like I was always a big like I got a lot of thoughts, and for a long time I journaled a lot of my thoughts, and then it kind of transformed into like I would just talk about them on videos, and that's
Mhm.
what my TikTok kind of became. So I don't know who or where I'm going to talk to now, but
You can talk to
we'll
me.
find
We can
out.
talk here on this podcast. Nobody can take this podcast away from us.
Yeah, that's true.
I know we're a little bit late today on our delivery, and I mean, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit, is what it comes down to. We're here, we're showing up. Um, we hope TikTok doesn't go away, but we have found our outlets to share what's going on in our head, what's going on in our world, and we hope that you find our podcast still enjoyable. And
We'll still be on all the other platforms that are available. So,
I cringe a little bit with Instagram Reels.
oh,
I
same.
can't get on board. I can't get on board with Meta. I cannot get on board with Meta. TikTok or Instagram Reels are they're old news. The algorithm is not in my favor and the community is not fully there for me. I feel like Instagram likes to like go on and bully this person. Make them feel like shit.
Yeah.
That's what they do with my content.
Yeah, you don't have the best algorithm
I
on
don't.
Instagram for
I
sure,
ask
but
people questions and it's like crickets. I'm like, can I get some type of engagement here? And like, if you do engage with me, like I appreciate you. I appreciate you doing that because honestly, like that's the quickest turn off for me of like if I'm putting myself out there, like I want y'all to interact with it.
mm-hmm.
Like, please don't leave me on this island alone with my thoughts. I'm already stuck with my thoughts all day. That's a horrible feeling. That's why I share them with you.
I saw a funny video on TikTok recently about this woman that was like trying to test herself to see how long she could scroll through Reels before she switched to TikTok.
Oh my God. It's like
And she was like, I
two
can't, she's like,
minutes.
I can't make it over 5 minutes. It
Yeah,
doesn't matter how
it's
hard I
so hard. It's
try.
so hard. The only time Instagram comes in clutch for me is early morning when we're not ready for sound. When we're
Yeah.
not ready for sound to be on
Bro,
and
okay, but how many of you guys scroll through TikTok silently? Because that's me.
you do. I do a little bit too. You
You've
do.
started
I've
to
started to
recently.
because I know like sometimes it's overwhelming to have constant like devices with, reels and TikTok and like all kinds of content going at once. So like on Instagram in the morning or sometimes late at night, like I might look for more of like a meme to share with a friend. I might watch I very rarely ever watch reels with sound. To be honest, I feel like I don't need to.
Yeah,
It's not
same.
there for me. It's just not there for me.
Same.
I don't know what you got to do, Zuckerberg, but you got to like get the algorithm at least on point. Help me get that community I'm looking for.
Mm,
Because if TikTok goes away, I'm gonna cry.
same.
I'm gonna cry.
Yeah. Yeah. But for today,
For today, our good friend Bridget came in clutch again with some
as
topics.
always,
As always, showed up with some topics and one that we really liked and we thought would be fun to talk about. And it's all about our favorite things, but favorite things long distance versus favorite things living together now. If you remember, we did the big move in May and now we're together and we've been living together ever since like June 1st. So,
yeah,
um,
it's been like 7 months that we've lived together. So,
yeah.
yeah. So we said top three. I wrote five for each. So
Oh
there's
my
that.
God, you're such an overachiever.
No, I'm
Are
really not,
you
though.
trying to get
I
extra credit?
just, maybe. I
My,
mean,
mine are like short, but like
mine are short too,
I
but
feel like I can elaborate
yeah,
on
same.
them. Okay,
Okay.
good, good, good.
What are we doing first? Favorite things long distance?
Yes, favorite things long distance for 200, please.
Okay, the first one that I wrote down was when we would play games in the bath. So like our bath dates that would
Okay, like
incorporate
elaborate
like
that for
so
that
I know because
because
that
like
sounds
that
like
sounds silly. We're playing games in the bath.
it sounds like it could be dirty or something, but no, like we would take baths at the same time and schedule it out to where we were
That was our like
texting.
laxing, like do not bother us, any kids, or having our time
The
together.
moms are taking their baths. Yeah. But like instead of calling each other during the bath, like we would instead create some kind of game that we could play through text, and I always thought it was a lot of fun, and
It
I felt
was.
like I learned a lot about you during those games. And also, I'm just like a sucker for a good bath, so it was like the best of both worlds, I guess.
So I have to admit, that is my number two for my long distance favorite
I'm
things.
curious to see how many are
I,
the
I bet we
same.
have like identical. I'm gonna
Y'all
guess.
should know we did not cross reference before we came on here.
Okay, so my number one favorite thing about long distance was surprising you with Instacart and DoorDash.
That's a good one that I
There was
didn't do.
something there that like I felt um like a little bit closer, or just like I was able to shower you with love like after a long day and you're like, I haven't had any time to feed myself, I'm so hungry. Or maybe it was like your menstrual cycle and I wanted to send like a bunch of snacks for you and flowers or whatever it was, and I could have something surprise you show up at the door. Now when I want to surprise you, I feel like I have to kind of sneak it in like a side door or make sure you're not around to kind of get it in the
It's a little
house.
harder to
Yeah,
surprise
it's
me
a little bit
now.
harder. We don't do the DoorDash as
But
much.
that's a good one that I did not think of because we did that for each other a lot.
Yeah,
Lots of
we did.
Instacart. Instacart had a whole lot of
Instacart was getting
business
all
from
my
us.
money.
Yeah. Okay, so my second one was kind of like part of my first one where it was just like deeper conversation and getting to know you on a deeper level through texting.
Hmm.
That's something that you don't really get in person. Yes, you have very genuine, deep conversations, but it's different when you have the ability to take your time and really type out what it is that you really want to say. And I feel like when you're in a long distance relationship, you have to open up on a level that you don't necessarily have to in person, or maybe you're more comfortable opening up because you're not face to face and you get to know each other in a way that you just don't in person.
Yeah, I think there's some other like underlining factors too. Just without interruption, when we're texting back and forth and we're getting in those deeper conversations, we're not getting interrupted. I mean, we might be getting interrupted, but the other person doesn't feel it or see it. And
Right.
sometimes I think we might have more surface level conversation when there's a lot of chaos and a lot of to dos, and we kind of think we'll get to that topic later, and then we don't ever dive deep. Well, not that we don't ever, but we don't necessarily get to dive deep like we did in text message. And there was something nice about um, prompting the text to be a little bit more um, get to know, story tell
Mm-hmm.
type of thing. I have been taking those key learnings and applying them now when texting my children, especially my 18-year-old.
Hmm.
Instead of just saying like, wow, that's cool, great job, neat, like those one like response, like quick responses back, when he tells me something, I've been pulling out questions and like prompting him to tell me a little bit more, and starting to try to find a place with my oldest, as he's now an adult and gonna venture out into the world on his own next over the summer. So it's like I'm trying to establish some kind of deeper connection with him right now, and I feel like I learned some great things between our long distance now, and like texting. I'm like text king over here,
How to keep it
and how to
going and
keep it
open up
going and
conversation.
get people to open up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. What was your number two?
Okay. My number two was playing all the texting games.
Okay. So
So
same.
same,
Yeah.
yeah. Texting games wasn't always in bath. We played them other times
No,
too,
all the time.
but I did get most excited for them in the bath because that's when it was like the most like relaxing.
Oh, yeah. Those were when the best games happened. Number three for me was traveling to new places, just the two of us. Because I feel like since I moved in, we haven't really been able to do that with just how chaotic it has been. And I don't know. That was, and I don't know, I still look forward to that happening more, but that was really exciting for me.
So my number three is planning our trips to see each other. So pretty
Yeah.
much the same. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a planner. Y'all know that. If you don't, like, get on my level. I love to plan. I love to research and like find the things to do and the places to go and all of the details. And
But like the second time that I ever met Kirby or, like spent an extended amount of time with Kirby was in Chicago. I flew to Chicago and I met you there. And it was like this weekend of just like all of the things that made me so happy. And Kirby had taken the time to plan all of them out. And I don't know, it was just like this whole new world that I had never experienced. And that was really cool for me.
yeah, I think it's important. And I got this advice early on when going into a long distance relationship. It's very important to have a balance of what you would call like vacationing and like honeymooning trips planned, and then sprinkle in some of the like everyday routine visits as well, because what can happen in a long distance relationship if you only solely live these like bigger vacation trips, I mean, if that's just what you're setting out to do, then like more power to you and it's great. But if like in a everyday routine
Realistic.
realistic relationship, you don't want to get too hooked on like all we do is like go on a vacation, because then when you do enter everyday routine, it might be a shocker for you and it
Hmm.
might be a little bit harder to balance. And so I will say, as much as I was excited to always be planning a trip and like a getaway and like something fun and a different location for us, we did take a lot of time to where I would stay at your house or you would stay at my house. And we fell into routine with cooking and reorganizing and cleaning and doing all of the things at both of our houses, even when our exes were still in the picture.
Hmm.
So we made
Yeah,
it work.
we did. Yeah.
But I do
Um,
love a good plan for a trip.
yeah, you were planning our next trip last night in bed.
Last night in bed, yeah, and I decided that I, for once, want to go to Niagara
Niagara
Falls.
Falls.
I've never been to Niagara Falls. I have it on my bucket list to see more waterfalls, and I want to start there.
Yeah.
I want to start there. Now, and in my research, they said, springtime's a little iffy, but it's the off season, and it can still be pretty enjoyable. And um, there's still good things, but I'm a little bit nervous. So if you've been to Niagara Falls, let us know. Is it a total bust to go in like April?
Yeah. I think it'll be fun either way. Okay, so I'm gonna read you my last two that like you didn't do two more like I did. One of
Okay.
them was duetting each other's TikToks.
Oh
That
yeah.
was fun for me.
Yeah, duetting each other's TikToks. We need to get into that. I mean, we have like 7 days. We have like 7 days left. We need to just like
There's just
pump it out.
a vast difference between making a TikTok with your person, but then like duetting your person from afar. And I don't know, it's
When we
fun.
first met and started talking online, we were like making content to where
It
it
looked
looked
like we
like
were
we were
together
together in real
to
person.
the point where people were like,
Have y'all met yet? Are
"What?"
y'all together? And we were like, oh no, we're just like
We were
editing
just
it.
top tier editors, is what we were.
Yeah, we were. We
My
really
last one
planned
was
it out.
sexting.
Sexting.
That was my last one.
Okay, but like now, like when I go to the bathroom in the morning, like the first thing I do is like say I miss you or like baby, and like we
Yeah, that's different. That's like pexting, like poop texting.
pexting. That's a new word. Pexting. Pexting is poop
You pext
texting.
me every
I
morning.
don't know if I would go with pexting, but yeah, okay,
How would you say it?
Um, I don't know. I'm gonna go with pexting. I don't know.
It's different. You
Doodle
can't.
dabs.
You can still.
Doodle
You
dab
totally
text.
still can like you can sext all you want in a relationship, whether you're in person or not. But it hits different when you're long distance, and
Uh,
you build up to that. Like you have your countdown, and you're like building up 12 days away, 6 days away, 2 days
oh
away, and
yeah,
like
it's intense.
it's this like steady game.
I feel like we have our ways in person now, living together. We have our ways. Maybe not so much the sexting, but we do have ways to um keep it going, or like be a little bit playful and teasing back and forth.
The kids these days would call it edging.
The kids would call it edging. Yeah,
Edgy.
we're very edgy these days. We learned so, I mean, that's been around for a while. The kids were using it without knowing what it meant, and we had to break it down for them like, hey, you're not going to edge on your friend.
Pause.
Pause for a minute, pump the brakes. These kids are all gas, no brakes with their little lingo here. And like every now and then, I'm like, do y'all even know what? It's a trend, but do you know where that really originated from? And I have to school them, and I only can school them because I'm steady researching to
Hmm.
stay up on top of my trends and how to talk like these little
Hipsters.
hipsters out here.
Yeah. Okay, so then rolling into your favorite things about living together now.
Yes.
You go first this time.
Living together now, number one, in-person bath dates.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Bath dates are number one. We look forward to it. It's like
It's almost nightly.
it's like, you know what? If I could afford a hot tub, I would have a hot tub and we'd sit in a hot tub like bougie little people every single night. We can't do that, so we have our baths, right? And like for me, knowing after a long day at the end of the night, when everybody's done asking for favors, we can sit in the bath, and whether it's music or Pinterest or just talking or
Truthfully, 90% of the time, it's nothing but just us. We
it
don't even bring our phones in
a
there
lot of the
half the
times we
time with
don't.
us.
Sometimes when we're in the middle of something or like when we're like remodeling or something and we get a minute and we say like, "Oh my god, like
Most of
look
the
at
time,
this."
though, I almost think of our bath sessions as like little therapy sessions, like in a good way. Like it's just us being able to like converse with each other.
And sit like we're facing each other
Hmm.
and like to sit and have eye contact and not have it interrupted and like just
And sometimes that's all it is. There's no words, it's just eye
silence.
contact.
Yeah,
Yeah, staring.
we're so in love, you guys.
Okay, my number one, I kind of want you to guess what my number one was.
Mm,
What is my number one favorite thing about living with you?
sleeping together.
Okay, close. It was morning cuddles and coffee.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, I feel like for a lot of years of my life, I woke up every morning and it was like, my first thought was like, how do people wake up happy? Like, how do people have that ability to just like wake up and be like, all right, this is good. Like, I'm ready to go grab coffee and like talk to the person next to me. And I also never in my life have woken up and spent any amount of time like drinking coffee in bed. Like, that was something new that I did with you for the first time. And even long distance, we did that together, but I never did it prior to that. And every morning we wake up and we like take our time waking up, but then we have like our first cup of coffee in bed, sitting up together, talking, or sometimes scrolling, but most of the time talking. And it's really nice. It sets the tone for the day and like allows me to wake up slowly with like my favorite person. So, yeah,
Yeah.
that's my favorite part.
I like that one. And I also love, love, love every night before we go to bed and you preset the coffee maker and you put our mugs out. And I know I've shared this with you before, but there's something really special to me about seeing like coffee mugs sitting out the night before. It's almost like leaving your like cookies out for Santa.
Mm.
Okay. Like it's just like a warm and fuzzy feeling. It's like, ooh, I'm going to get coffee with my person in the morning. And when my dad was still living, he and my stepmom would always like, she would set the coffee up the night before and put their mugs out. And so like it just, I love that kind of shit.
Yeah.
I eat it up all day. So yeah, coffee in the morning
Mm-hmm.
is,
That was my number one.
that's a good number one. Number two. My number two, because I already said my number one, right? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
mine was bath dates. Number two is cooking our meals together.
That was my number three.
So
Making meals together was
yeah,
number three for me.
so I love to cook. I love to cook with you. I think when we were long distance, I shared a lot of pictures or I would talk to you while I was cooking, but a lot of the times I didn't get that same fulfillment because I wasn't enjoying it with you.
Yeah.
And then you'd be eating like leftover french
Fucking chicken
fries
nuggets and
and
mac
chicken
and
nuggets
cheese,
from the kids and I would be over here eating like couscous and like
potato
spaghetti squash or
tacos.
something and you're like, wow, that looks amazing. And I'm like, yeah, it is really good. I
It
wish you
was
could
like
try it.
borderline brutal for me because
Yeah.
like I saw the whole thing go down, I heard the whole thing go down, and then I couldn't even fucking eat it. It
But I
was
was sad eating alone too. Like
yeah,
it was sad for me
yeah,
eating alone.
yeah. My number two was house projects.
We've done a lot of house projects together and we make a great team and we are so creative together and
Mm-hmm.
then our execution is just like even more so like
We work really well together.
superstars.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we really do. And I'm still learning to get more confident in the like handy section,
Handyman side of
yeah,
things.
handyman side of things and just feel like not afraid to tackle bigger projects, but I think
I feel like I've helped you in that
yeah.
realm though.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah.
You don't know it, but I went and got a flathead screwdriver today and tightened up a loose door on
Is
the
that what I saw
hinge.
in the laundry
On the
room?
hinge. No,
Oh, okay.
no, but like I tightened the door today.
I'm proud of you.
The screws are a little stripped, so we'll have to figure that one out, but you know, We're making it work.
No, house projects are fun because I do feel like we can tackle anything from like the handyman stuff all the way to like the decorating and the more like, I don't know, I want to say like girly stuff, but just like the small details that
Mm-hmm.
that
The
most
the
men don't
decor,
pay
the
attention
decor.
to.
Yeah, how it looks. I will say you do wear the pants in the family when it comes to spiders and mice.
That is true.
I don't do that. I don't do that well.
I am the exterminator.
You are pest control, and I appreciate that because I'm a pretty much a baby when it comes to that. I mean, I
You
can
are.
handle it. I can handle it if I have to, and I have some tricks up my sleeve on how to handle it.
But you have me, so you
But now
don't
that I have you,
have
I'm
to pull
like,
the
babe,
tricks out
I'm
of the
like,
sleeve.
baby, you gonna set them mouse traps? It's cold outside. Little, the mice, you can't stop them out here in Wisconsin. They're
Yeah.
unstoppable.
Yeah.
So were the squirrels this year.
The squirrels were rough.
They,
Yeah.
we plumped them up for the
We
winter.
did. Yeah. Mm,
Okay, last one for me.
for you. Yeah.
Now, you kind of mentioned this on number one, and I didn't want to blend it right away, but number three coming in 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. snuggles. That is
So just all night.
like that is like you said, waking up in the morning and having coffee. But I feel that, but I don't want to discredit how much I love when 7 o'clock rolls around. We're done with dinner, everything's cleaned up, things are shut down. The
And like we
kids are the
close our
kids are on
bedroom
their own.
door.
They go do their own thing, and moms are left alone, and we get to be in our bedroom and watch our programs and snuggle, take a bath, all of the things, and it rolls all the way into the morning snuggles with coffee. It's a wonderful
Mm-hmm.
little frame there.
Yeah, it's a good little stretch of time.
And we didn't have that long distance. What I had was an AirPod stuck in my ear, causing some kind of like sharp stabbing pain down
Can
into
I
my
ask you
eardrum.
something?
Yeah.
Do you remember last night when I was like kind of having a bad dream when I first
Yeah.
started falling asleep?
Yeah.
What was that?
I have no idea. I protected you. I want
You
you to
did.
know. I wrapped my arms around you and I
You were like,
said,
"It's
I was like,
okay."
you're okay.
I
Everything's okay.
vaguely remember it happening
It
twice.
did.
Yeah.
It did
We
happen
watched a
twice.
creepy ass show last
You
night.
you kind of left me hanging again
If
on that.
you've
You fell
seen
asleep.
if you've seen Baby Reindeer on Netflix,
I,
don't just
we're not
I
even
mean
done with it
we
yet.
have 2 more episodes and we will finish it and I will come back around and tell you guys what I thought. As of right now, I suggest not watching it, but
It's a bit odd. I will say there's things that I like about it is how it was filmed, and the style of how it was shot. Um,
it's weird though.
but
The
it's a weird
whole
it's
storyline
a
is
weird
weird.
storyline, and people who have suffered from SA
Or
or
stalking.
stalker, yeah, stalking,
If you've been
um
stalked, I
it's
don't.
it kind of can get uncomfortable quick.
Yes. Yeah. So my point in mentioning the show is that I don't know if that played a part in what happened last night because like I don't remember if I like had started dreaming or what it was. I just remember waking up to you being like, "It's
I think it's
okay."
because you did fall asleep during it. And when we went to go shut it off, I was like, absolutely not. You put Grey's Anatomy on so I can
Mm-hmm.
fall asleep to some surgeries and feel content in the
Mm-hmm.
world that
Yeah.
people are saving each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
It was an
Um.
interesting show.
Okay. So my number 4, since number 3 was making meals together, my number 4 was watching you get ready in the morning, like before
Mm.
work.
Well, you didn't really watch much today because I feel like I look like a
No, Mondays
bum.
and Fridays don't count
Yeah,
because when
because
you're
I'm working
working at
from
home, it's
home.
different. Or
Yeah.
on the weekends, it's different. Tuesday, Wednesdays, Thursdays, like watching the transformation of your person getting out of bed into like getting ready to walk into a corporate building is like, I don't know how to explain it, but there's something very, I don't even want to use the word special. It's almost like this like turn on of like, I don't know, the scent, the outfit, the hair. It's a whole vibe. And then my last one was doubling my wardrobe and being able to share clothes with you.
Let's talk about this. Let's just talk about the doubling the wardrobe a little bit.
Okay.
I feel like you've got the upper hand on that, like the longer end of the stick when it comes to doubling your wardrobe.
I think you just discredit how much you actually wear of mine. You don't notice it all the time.
Baby,
Your favorite green, tan, and black cargo pants are mine.
Pump the brakes there a little bit because when you bought those, you were like, "I'm buying these
For
for."
me, but you're going to love them.
I think pretty sure you bought the green ones for me. I'm pretty sure when it came down to the black or gray, you were like, "I'm getting black and gray, and one of them can be yours."
Either way,
Either way,
you wear my clothes too.
mm, I'm not wearing crop tops, guys, and I'm not wearing short
And
little.
I don't wear crop tops
I'm
all the
not wearing the
time.
short little tight
My
tanks.
short jean shorts
Y'all want me to wear those?
and my crappy tops are like the only thing, like two things that you wouldn't wear. Otherwise, the jeans that I wear were yours.
Yeah,
I wear jeans that were yours.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
And we share all of our sweats. Your favorite pair of sweats, one of your favorite pairs of sweats are the Kill Crew sweats, and they are mine.
They are yours. I'm scared right now, you guys. Everything's fine. You wear whatever you want of mine.
It's nice having double the wardrobe. But also, on the flip side, there's a lot of things that you own that I wouldn't wear. Like, only because, like, I don't think that I could pull them off.
Like
Like,
a button down dress shirt.
well, I mean, I might wear that, like, for a certain occasion. I mean, more so like some of your slacks for work.
I love a good pair of slacks. I really don't prefer jeans these days. I like.
But even some of your, like, men's jeans that you do wear,
I do love men's jeans.
though I don't think that I pull those off right. You look really good in a pair of jeans that sit low, like a man's baggy pair of pants. I am more of like the mom high
I
rise.
was the mom high
I want like
rise.
the mom booty from a good pair of jeans.
I was the
type
mom
of
high
thing.
rise for a while, and I reverted back to my younger years in my teens when I just went with more of a baggy fit. I will say the thing that they don't tell you that's so amazing about men's clothing is the pockets.
Yeah.
The pockets are amazing.
Facts.
They're not sewing the back pockets and fooling you. The pockets are deep. You can fit stuff in them. Cargo pants are nice with pockets on the side. I'm a pockets kind of person.
I feel like we have a very similar style, but also a very different style at the same time.
Yeah.
Which is hard to explain, but
Yeah. It works.
Yeah.
It works. Yeah. Anyways.
Those are our faves.